Hi guys, welcome back. Today we're going to be looking at AQA specific exam questions. If you haven't seen the lesson already, make sure you go back to my YouTube channel under GCSE Biology, look at the topic Eukaryotes and Prokaryotes, learn it, and then come back and do these questions with me. So, first of all, the first question is from June 2018, Biology, paper 1. This question is about cell structures. Draw one line from each cell structure to the type of cell where the structure is found. So we've got the nucleus. Remember, we said that nucleus are only found on eukaryotic cells, which is animals and plants, and protist plants and fungi. The permanent vacuole we can find only in plant cells. And then the plasmid is the circular DNA, which, if you remember from the video, it's in bacteria cells, so our prokaryotes. So nucleus, eukaryotic cells. Permanent vacuole, only plant cells. Plasmid is the prokaryotic cells. Next question, June 2019. Describe two differences between a bacteria cell, which, remember, that is our prokaryote, and eukaryotic cells. So they want two differences. Make sure you talk about, you use comparative languages. So you talk about both bacteria and eukaryotes in the same sentence. An example, bacteria cell is smaller, don't forget the ER, than eukaryotic cells. Another difference is that bacteria cells have plasmid DNA, but eukaryotes do not. Right? Look how I'm having two sentences in my comparison to make sure I get the 2 marks. If you just wrote bacteria cells have plasmid DNA, you're not going to get that mark. You've got to say both. Next question. Figure 5 shows 3 types of cells. Bacteria, this is our prokaryote. Liver cell, which we find in animal. So this is our eukaryotic cells. And then a mesophyll, that's we find in plants. So that's also eukaryotic cells. Give 2 similarities between the prokaryotic and the eukaryotic cell. As you should remember, they both have, look at the sentence structure, they both have cytoplasm. Or you can say that they both have cell membrane. They both have ribosomes. They both have genetic material. Any of those are fine. And now they want 3 differences. Do you see how repetitive these questions are amongst those papers? So 3 differences, make sure you give both sentence. For example, prokaryotic cells are smaller than eukaryotic. And then you can say prokaryotic cells have plasmid DNA. But eukaryotes do not. Don't forget the second sentence. It's a common thing people, eukaryotic cells do not. Common mistake that people do. And then you can say eukaryotic cells have a nucleus, but prokaryotes do not. Next question. Cells are the basic units of all forms of life. Give 4 differences. The question gets very repetitive. You should know this yourself now. Bacteria cells are smaller than plant cells. Bacteria cells have plasmid DNA, but plant cells do not. Plant cells have a nucleus, but bacteria cells do not. Plant cells have chloroplast or mitochondria. You could say either one. But bacteria cells do not. I hope you get the idea of this and how repetitive there are. So I'll give you a few other questions you can try at home. So there is this one. Bacteria can cause a variety of diseases in humans. What are the 2 similarities between this prokaryotic cell and this animal cell, right? So we want the similarities. We've done that type of question before. Next one. We've got a malarial protist. The malarial protist is a eukaryotic cell. So they already tell you that's a eukaryote. Describe 3 ways in which this eukaryote is different to the prokaryotes. Again, a difference between eukaryotes and prokaryotes. Do not refer to size. So don't talk about whether it's smaller or bigger. So talk about the other ones. For instance, prokaryotes have plasmid DNA, eukaryotic, the malarial protist does not. Talk about the other points. Next. Bacteria cells are prokaryotic cells. How is it different to eukaryotic cells? Next one. Which cell is a plant cell? So out of these, remember eukaryotes are all the ones that have a nucleus. So we've got cell A, cell B, and cell D. But we want to make sure we're only talking about plant cell and not the animal cell. So in this case, because cell D is the only one that has a chloroplast, that's your plant cell. It's got chloroplast. Next one, prokaryotic cell, there is only one of it. See, it has no nucleus. And then animal cell is between cell B and A. However, A has a cell wall, whereas animal cells do not have cell walls. Every other cell, A, C, and D, have cell walls. Right? So as you can see with eukaryotes and prokaryotes, questions are very repetitive. So make sure you go back to my lesson, learn the key points, learn all the points that you need. They won't ask you more than 4 in one question. Thank you.